plays and maidenheads are near akin. Much followed both, for both much money given. We pray our play may be so, for I'm sure it has a noble breeder and a pure. A learned and a poet never went, more famous yet twixt Poe and Silver Trent. Chaucer, of all admired, the story gives. There, constant, to eternity it lives. If this play do not keep a little dull time from us, we perceive our losses fall so thick, we must needs leave.
Respect me. For your mother's sake, hear and respect me. Now, for the love of him whom love hath marked, the honor of your bed, and for the sake of clear virginity, be advocate for us and our distresses. This good deed shall raise you out of the book of trespasses. All you are set down there.
Sad lady, rise.
Stand up. No news to me.
What's your request? Deliver you for all.
We are three queens, whose sovereigns fell before the wrath of cruel Creon. O pity Duke, give us the bones of our dead kings that we may chapel them, and of thy boundless goodness take some note, that for our crowned heads we have no roof, save this, which is the lions and the bears and vault to everything.
Pray you, kneel not. I was transported by your speech, and suffered your knees to wrong themselves.
Oh, I hope some God hath put his mercy in your manhood, whereto he'll infuse power and pass him forth, our undertaker.
Oh, no knees, widow, none. Unto the helmeted Bellona use them, and pray for me, your soldier. Troubled I am.
Honored Hippolyta, most dreaded Amazonian who hath slain the side-tusked boar. And as in me, tell him if he in the blood-sight field lay swollen, showing the sun his teeth, grinning at the moon, what you would do.
Poor lady, say no more. Has leave trace this good action with you? Is that whereto I am going? And never yet when I so willingly wait. My lord is taken heart deep with your distress. Let him consider. I'll speak anon.
Oh, my petition was set down in ice, which by hot grief uncandied melts into drops. So sorrow of wanting form is pressed with deeper matter. Pray stand up. Your grief is written in your cheek. Oh, woe. You cannot read it there through my tears. Like wrinkled pebbles in a glassy stream, you may behold them. Oh, pardon me. Pray you say nothing, pray you. Who cannot feel nor see the rain beam in it, knows not wet nor dry. You are the ground piece to some painter I would buy you to instruct me in a capital grief indeed, such heart-pierced demonstration. But alas, being a natural sister of our sex, your sorrow beats so ardently upon me that it shall make a counter-reflect against my brother's heart, and warm it to some pity, though it were made of stone.
Forward to the temple. Leave not out a jot of the sacred ceremony.
Oh, this celebration will be more costly and longer last than your suppliant's war. Think, dear Duke, think what beds our slain kings have.
What griefs are beds that our dear lords have none?
None fit for the dead. Those that with cords, knives, rams, precipitants, weary of this world's light, have to themselves been death's most horrid ages. Human grace affords them dust and shadow. But our lords lie blistering for the visiting sun, and were good kings when living.
It is true. And I will give you comfort to give your dead lords graves, but the which to do must make some work with Creon.
And that work presents itself to the doing. Now 'twill take form. The heats are gone tomorrow. Then bootless toil must recompense itself with its own sweat. Now he's secure. Not dreams we stand before your presence, rinsing our holy begging in our eyes to make petition clear.
Now you may take him drunk with his victory,
and his army full of bread and sloth.
Here it is. The best knows how to draw out, fit to this enterprise, the primes for this proceeding, and the number to carry such a business. Forth and levy our worthiest instruments. Whilst we dispatch this grand act of our life, this daring deed of fate in wedlock.
Dowagers, take hands. Let us be widows to our woes. Delay commends us to a famishing hope. Farewell. Farewell.
My good ladies, this is a service whereto I am going, greater than any was. It more imports me than all the actions that I have foregone, or futurely can cope.
The more proclaiming, our suit shall be neglected. When her arms, able to lock Jove from a synod, shall by warranting moonlight corslet thee. Oh, when her 20 cherries shall their sweetness fall upon thy tasteful lips, what wilt thou think of rotten kings or blubbered queens? What care for what thou feelst not? Oh, if thou couch but one night with her, every hour ends will take hostage of thee for 100, and thou shalt remember nothing more than what that banquet bids thee to.
Though much unlike, you should be so transported. As much sorry I should be such a suitor. And yet I think, did I not by the abstaining of my joy, which breeds a deeper longing, cure their serpent that craves a present medicine? If not, I should pluck all lady scandal on me. Therefore, sir, prorogue this business we are going about, and hang your shield before your heart, about that neck which is my fee, and which I freely lend to do these poor queens service.
Oh, help now, our cause cries for your need.
If you grant not my sister her petition, and that force with that nature and celerity which she makes it in, from henceforth I'll not dare to ask you anything, nor be so hardy ever to take a husband.
Pray stand up. I am entreating of myself to do that which you kneel to have. Puritus, lead on the bride. Get you and pray the gods for success at return. Omit not anything in the pretended celebration. Queens, follow your soldier. Since that our theme is haste, stamp this kiss upon thy courage lip. Sweet, keep it as my token. Set you forward, for I will see you gone. Farewell, my beauteous sister. Puritus, keep the feast full. Bake not an hour on it.
Sir, I'll follow you at heels. The feast solemnity shall one till your return.
Cousin, I charge you, budge not from Athens. We shall be returning ere you can end this feast, of which I pray you, make no abatement. And once more, farewell all.
And earnest a deity equal with Mars, if not above him. For thou being but mortal, makest affections bend to godlike honors. They themselves, some say, groan under such a master.
As we are men, thus should we do. Being sensually subdued, we lose our human title.
And our prime cousin, yet unharmed in the crimes of nature. Let us leave the city thieves and the temptings in before we further sully our gloss of youth.
With strange ruins, since first we went to school, may we perceive walking in thieves. Scars, bare weeds, the gain of the martialist. I wish great Juno would resume her ancient fit of jealousy and get the soldier work, that peace might purge for her repletion, and retain anew her charitable heart, now hard and harsher than strife for war could be.
Are you not out? Perceive you no ruin but the soldier in the cranks and turns of thieves? You did begin as if you met decays of many kind. Perceive you none that do arouse your pity, but the unconsidered soldier?
Yes. I pity decays where'er I find them, but such most that sweating in an honorable toil are paid with ice to cool them.
'Tis not this I did begin to speak of. This is virtue of no respect in thieves. I spake of thieves. How dangerous if we will keep our honors.
'Tis in our power, unless we fear that apes can tutor us, to be masters of our manners. What need I affect another's gait, or to be farmed upon another's way of speech, when by mine own I may be reasonably conceived? Saved, too, speaking it truly. What canon is there does command my rapier from my hip to dangle it in my hand, or to go tiptoe before the street be foul?
Our uncle, Creon,
He. A most unbounded tyrant whose successes makes heaven unfeared, and villainy assured beyond its power there's nothing, almost puts faith in a fever, and deifies a lone voluble chance. Let the blood of mine that sipped to him be sucked from me with leeches. Let them break and fall off me with that corruption.
clear spirited cousin, let's leave his court, that we may nothing share of his loud infamy, for our milk will relish of the pasture, and we must be vile or disobedient, not his kinsmen in blood, unless in quality.
Nothing truer. I think the echoes of his shames have deafened the ears of heavenly justice. Widows' cries descend again into their throats, and have not due audience of the gods. Due audience of the gods. Valerius.
The king calls for you, yet be leaden-footed till his great rage be off him.
Small winds shake him. But what's the matter?
Theseus, who where he threats appalls, hath sent deadly defiance to him, and pronounces ruin to Thebes, who is at hand to seal the promise of his wrath.
Let him approach. But that we fear the gods in him, he brings not a jot of terror to us.
Leave that unreasoned. Our services stand now for Thebes, not Creon. Yet, to be neutral to him were dishonor, rebellious to oppose. Therefore we must with him stand to the mercy of our fate, who hath bounded our last minute.
So we must. Is it said this war's afoot?
'Tis in motion. The intelligence of state came in the instant with the defier.
Let's to the king, who, were he a quarter carrier of that honor his enemy come in, the blood we venture should be as for our health.
Let the event, that never-erring arbitrator, tell us when we know all ourselves, and let us follow the becking of our chance.
Any timorous question. Yet I wish him excess, an overflow of power, and might be to doer ill-dealing fortune.
Though I know his ocean needs not my poor drops, yet they must yield their tribute there. My precious maid, those best affections that the heavens infuse in their best-tempered pieces, keep enthroned in your dear heart.
Thanks, sir. Remember me to our all-royal brother. Our hearts are in his army, in his tent.
In his bosom. We have been soldiers, and we cannot weep when our friends don their helms or put to sea, or tell of babes broached on the lance, or women that have sawed their infants in the brine. They wept at killing them, and after ate them. Well, if you stay to see of us such spinsters, we shall hold you here forever.
Peace be to you as I pursue this war, which shall be then beyond further required.
How his longing follows his friend. Since his departing, his sports, though craving seriousness and skill, has slightly his careless execution were no gain made a regard nor loss considered, but playing one business in his hand, another directing in his head. His mind nursed equally so different twins. Have you observed him since our great lord departed?
With much labor, and I did love him for it. They too have cabin, and many as dangerous as poor a corner, peril and want contending. Their knot of love tied, weaved, entangled, with so true, so long, and with a finger of so deep a cunning, it may be outworn, but never undone. I think Theseus cannot be umpire to himself, cleaving his conscience into twain and doing each side like justice, which he loves best.
I was acquainted once with a time when I enjoyed a playfellow. You were at wars when she the brave and rich, who made too proud with a bed.
'Twas Flavina.
Yes, you talk of Puritas and Theseus love. Theirs has more ground, is more maturely seasoned, more buckled with strong judgment. But I and she I sight spoke of were things innocent that know not what nor why, yet do effect rare issues by their offerings. Our souls did so to one another. What she liked was that we approved, what not condemned, no more arraignment.
She's not going to be your friend. Am I in their seat? We were just chatting. Yield to the previous. And where was he?
Look merrily, discourse of many things, yet nothing of their unrestrained and disasters. Yet sometime a divided sight, marvelous toward the deliverance will break from one of them, when the other presently gives it so sweet a rebuke, that I could wish myself aside to be so chid, or at least a sire to be comforted.
I never saw him.
Oh, the Duke himself came privately in the night, as did that. The reason for it I know not, but, look yonder, there they are.
It is a holiday to look on them. Lord, the difference of men.
How do you, noble cousin?
How do you, sir?
Why, strong enough to laugh at misery and bear the chance of war. Yet we are prisoners, I fear, forever, cousin. Oh, cousin Arcite, where is Thebes now? Where is our noble country? Where are our friends and kindreds? Nevermore must we look upon those comforts. Never see the hardy youth strive for the games of honor, and then start amongst them. And as an east wind leave them all behind us like lazy clouds, whilst Palamon and Arcite outstrip the people's praises, won the garlands ere they had time to wish them ours. Our good swords now, like age, must run to rust, and deck the temples of those gods that hate us.
No, Paladin, those hopes are prisoners with us. Here we are. Here, the gloss of our youth must wither like a too timely spring. Here, age must find us, and, which is heaviest, Paladin, unmarried. The sweet embraces of a loving wife shall never clasp our necks.
'Tis too true, Arcite.
And yet, from the bottom of all these miseries, from all that fortune can inflict upon us, I can see two comforts rising, two mere blessings if the gods please. To hold here a brave patience, and the enjoying of our griefs together. Whilst Palamon is with me, let me perish if I think this our prison.
Certainly. 'Tis a main goodness, cousin, that our fortunes were twined together.
Shall we make worthy uses of this place that all men hate so much?
How, gentle cousin?
Let's think this place holy sanctuary. I am your heir, and you are mine. This place is our inheritance. No hard oppressor dare take this from us. Here we shall live long and loving. No surfeit seek us. Were we at liberty, a wife might part us lawfully.
Thou hast made me, I thank you, cousin Arcite, almost wanton with my captivity. What a misery it is to live abroad and everywhere. What had we been, old in the court of Creon, where sin is justice, lust and ignorance the virtues of the great ones? Cousin Arcite, had not the loving gods found this place for us, we had died as they did. Ill old men, unwept, and had their epitaphs, the people's curses. Shall I say more?
Well, I would hear you still.
Ye shall. Is there record of any two that love better than we do, Arcite?
Sure, there cannot.
I do not think it possible our friendship should ever leave us.
Till our deaths it cannot. And after death, our spirits shall be led to those that love eternally.
This garden has a world of pleasures in it. What flower is this? 'Tis called Narcissus, madam. That was a fair boy, certain, but a fool to love him so. Were there not maids enough? Or were they all hard-hearted?
They could not be to one so fair.
Thou wouldst not.
I think I should not, madam.
That's a good wench. But take heed to your kindness, though.
Why, madam?
Men are mad things.
Cousin. Cousin. Why, what's the matter, sir? Why, Palamon?
Never till now I was in prison, Arcite.
Why, what's the matter, man?
Behold and wonder. By heaven, she is a goddess. Do reverence. She is a goddess, Arcite.
Of all flowers, methinks a rose is best. Why, gentle madam? It is the very emblem of a maid. For when the west wind courts her gently, how modestly she blows, and paints the sun with her chaste blushes. When the north comes near her, rude and impatient, then, like chastity, she locks her beauties in her bud again, and leaves them to base briars.
Yet, good madam, sometimes her modesty will blow so far she falls for it. A maid, if she has any honor, would be loath to take example by her.
Thou art wanton.
She is wondrous fair.
She is beauty extant.
The sun grows high. Let's walk in. Keep these flowers. I am wondrous merry-hearted. I could laugh now.
I could lie down, I am sure.
And take one with you.
That's as we bargain, madam.
What think thou of this beauty, Arcite?
Yes, a matchless beauty.
Might not a man well lose himself and love her?
Cannot tell what you have done. I have.
You love her then?
Who would not?
And desire her?
Before my liberty.
I saw her first.
That's nothing.
But it shall be.
I saw her too.
Yes, but you shall not love her.
I will not, as you do, to worship her as she is heavenly and a blessed goddess. I will love her as a woman, to
You-
enjoy her.
You shall not love at all.
Not love at all. Well, who shall deny me?
I that saw her first.
Yes, I love her.
I called thee friend.
Yes, and have found me so. Why are you moved thus? Let me deal coldly. Am not I part of your blood, part of your soul?
Yes.
Am not I liable to those affections, those joys, griefs, angers, fears my friend shall suffer?
Ye may be.
Why then would you deal so cunningly, so strangely, so unlike a noble kinsman to love alone? Speak truly. Do you think me unworthy of her sight?
No, but unjust if thou pursue that sight.
Because another first sees the enemy shine. Stand still and let mine honor down and never charge?
Yes, if he be but one.
Well, say that one had rather combat me.
Then let that one say so and use thy freedom. Else, if thou pursue her, be as that cursed man that hates his country, a branded villain.
You are mad.
I may be. And in this madness, if I hazard thee and take thy life, I deal but truly.
By sir, I will love her. I must. I dare. I ought to do so. And all this justly.
Now thy false self and thy friend have but this fortune, to be 1 hour at liberty and grab our good swords in our hands.
Must jump the guardian when I see her next and pinch between her arms to anger thee.
No more. The jailer's come. I shall live to knock thy brains in with my shackles.
By your leave, gentlemen.
Now, honest jailer.
Lord Arcite, you must presently to the Duke. Tell the cause I know not yet.
I am ready, jailer.
Prince, I must a while bereave you of your fair cousin's company.
Why is he called for? It may be he will marry her. He's goodly, and like enough the Duke hath taken note both of his blood and body. But his falsehood! Why should a friend be treacherous? If that get him a wife so noble and so fair, let honest man ne'er love again. Once more I would but see this fair one. I would bring her fruit fit for the gods to feed on. Youth and beauty such as she tasted would be doubled on her. And if she were not heavenly, I would bring her so near the gods in nature they should fear her. Then I am sure she would love me. Now, jailer,
Where is Arcite?
Banishing. Prince Pirithous hath obtained his liberty, but upon his oath and life never more to set foot upon this kingdom.
Oh, he is a blessed man. Were I at liberty, I would do things of such a virtuous greatness that this lady, this blushing virgin, should take manhood to her and seek to ravish me.
My lord, I have for you this charge.
To discharge my life.
Oh, my lord, but to remove your lordship from this place. The windows are too open.
Devils take them that are so envious of me! Prithee, kill me!
What, and hang for it afterward?
By this good light, had I a sword, I would kill thee.
Oh, why, my lord?
Thou bringst such pelting, scurvy news continually. Thou art not worthy life. I will not go.
You must, my lord.
May I see the guard?
No.
Then I am resolved. I will not go.
Then I must constrain you, and as you are dangerous, I'll clap more irons on you.
Do, good keeper. I'll shake 'em so ye shall not sleep. I'll cut you into Morris. Must I go?
Well, I'm afraid there is no remedy.
Farewell, kind window. May rude wind never hurt thee. Oh, my lady, if ever thou hast known sorrow, dream how I suffer. Come. Now bury me. Banished the kingdom? Tis a benefit, a mercy I must thank him for, but banished the free enjoying of that face I die for? How? Thou hast the start now. Thou shalt stay and see her bright eyes break each morning against thy window and let life into thee. I will not leave the kingdom. I know mine own is but a heap of ruin and no redress there. If I go, he has her. I am resolved. Another shape shall make me or end my fortunes. Either way, I am happy. I'll stay and be near her or no more.
Mighty masters, I'll be there, that's certain.
Oh, and I'll be there.
And I am sure to have my wife as jealous as a turkey. But that's all one, let her mumble.
Oh, we'll just clap her aboard tomorrow night and stow her, and all's made up again. Do we all hold against the maying?
Hold!
What should ail us? Arcus will be there, and Sonoius, and Recus, and 3 better lads ne'er danced on the green tree, and ye
know what wenches.
But will the dainty doe mind the schoolmaster keep touch, do you think? Oh, he'll eat a hornbook ere he fail. Don't too, the matter's too far driven between him and the tanner's daughter to let slip now, and she must see the Duke, and she must dance too.
Shall we be lusty?
Oh, by any means, our thing of learning says so. We'll see the sports, then every man to his tackle and sweet companions. Let's rehearse by any means before the ladies see us, and do sweetly. God knows what may come on it.
Away and hold! Pray, gentlemen!
Pray you, Rod, whither go you?
Whither? Why, what's a question that? Oh,
that know not.
To the games, my friend. Where were you bred? You know it not.
Not far, sir. Are there such games today?
Yes, marry are there, and such as you never saw. The Duke himself will be in person there.
Now, what pastimes are there?
Well, wrestling and running. Tis a pretty fellow.
Wilt thou not go along?
Not yet, sir.
Well then,
Sir, take your own time.
come boys. My mind misgives me. This fellow has a vengeance trick of the hip. Mark how his body's made for it.
I'll be hanged. He wrestled. Come, lads, let's be gone.
This is an offered opportunity I durst not wish for. Well, I could have wrestled and run, swifter than the wind upon a field of corn, curling the wealthy ears never flew. I'll venture. And who knows whither my brows may not be girt with garlands, and happiness prefer me to a place where I may ever dwell in sight of her.
Why should I love this gentleman? His odds he will never affect me. I am base, my father the mead keeper of his prison, and he a prince. To marry him is hopeless. His whore is witless. Out upon us. What pushes are we wenches driven to when 15 once has found us? First I saw him, and seeing thought he was a goodly man. He has as much in him to please a woman, if he pleased to bestow it so, as ever these eyes yet looked on. Next I pitied him, as would any young wench of my conscience that ever dreamed, or vowed her maidenhead to a young handsome man. Then I loved him, extremely loved him, infinitely loved him, and yet he had a cousin fair as he too. But in my heart was Palamon, and there, Lord, what a coil he keeps. To hear him sing in an evening, what a heaven it is. Yet his songs are sad ones. Fair spoken was never gentle. When I come in to bring him water in the morning, first he bows his noble body, then salutes me thus. Fair gentle maid, good morrow. May thy goodness get thee a happy husband. Once he kissed me. Would he would do so every day. It grieves much, and me as much to see his misery. What should I do to make him know I love him? For I would fain enjoy him. Say I venture to set him free. What says the law then? Thus much for law or kindred. I will do it, and this night ere tomorrow, he shall love me.
You have done worthily. Not since Hercules have I seen a man of tougher sinews. Whatever you are, to run the best and wrestle at these times can allow.
I am proud to please you.
What country bred you from?
This but far off prince.
Are you a gentleman?
My father said so, and to those gentle uses gave me life.
Are you his heir?
His youngest, sir.
Your father sure is a happy sire, then. What proves you?
A little of all noble qualities. I could have kept a hawk, and well have a hallooed to a deep cry of dogs. I dare not praise my feat in horsemanship, yet they that knew me said it was my best piece. Last and greatest, I would be thought a soldier.
You are perfect.
Upon my soul, a proper man.
He's so.
How do you like him, lady?
I admire him. I have not seen so young a man so noble, if he say true of his sword.
Believe, his mother was a wondrous handsome woman. His face, methinks, goes that way.
But his body and fiery mind illustrate a brave
way, Father.
Mark how his virtue, like a hidden sun, breaks through his baser garments.
He's well got, sure.
What made you seek this place, sir?
Noble Theseus, to purchase name, and do my ablest service to such a well-found wonder as thy worth, for only in thy court of all the world dwells fair-eyed honor.
All his words are worthy.
Sir, we are much indebted to your travel, nor shall you lose your wish. Here it is. Dispose of this fair gentleman.
Thanks, Theseus. Whate'er you are mine, and I shall give you to a most noble service to this lady, this bright, young virgin. Pray, observe her goodness. You have honored her fair birthday with your virtue, and as your due, you're hers. Kiss her fair hand, sir.
Sir, you're a noble giver. Dearest beauty, thus let me seal my vowed faith. When your humble servant, your most unworthy creature, but offends you, command him die he shall.
That were too cruel. If you deserve well, sir, I shall soon see it. You're mine, and somewhat better than your rank, I'll use you.
Sweet, you must be ready, and you, Amelia, and you, friend, and all, tomorrow by the sun to do observance to flowery May in Diane's wood. Wait well, sir, upon your mistress. Emily, I hope he shall not go afoot.
That were a shame, sir. While I have horses, take your choice, and what you want at any time. Let me but know it. If you serve faithfully, I dare assure you you'll find a loving mistress.
If I do not, let me find that my father ever hated, disgrace and blows.
Go lead the way, you've won it. It shall be so. You shall receive all dues fit for the honor you have won, 'twere wrong else. Sister, beshrew my heart, you have a servant that if I were a woman would be master. But you are wise.
I hope to rise for that, sir.
And all the devils roar. He is at liberty. I have ventured for him, and out I have brought him. To a little wood, a mile hence I have sent him, and there he shall keep close till I provide him files and food, for yet his iron bracelets are not off. Love, what a stout-hearted child thou art. I love him beyond love, and beyond reason, or wit, or safety. I have made him know it. I care not, I am desperate. If the law find me, and then condemn me for it, some wenches, some honest-hearted maids will sing my dirge and tell to memory my death was noble, dying almost a martyr. But when he takes that purpose is my way, too. Sure, he cannot be so unmanly as to leave me here. If he do, maids will not so easily trust men again. And yet he has not thanked me for what I have done. No, not so much as kissed me, and that methinks is not so well. Nor scarcely could I persuade him to become a free man. He made such scruples of the wrongs he did to me and to my father. Yet I hope, when he considers more, this love of mine will take more root within him. Let him do what he will with me. So he use me kindly, for use me so he shall, or I'll proclaim him, and to his face, no man. I'll presently provide him necessaries and pack my clothes up, and where there is a patch of ground I'll venture, so he be with me. By him like a shadow I'll ever dwell. Within this hour the hubbub will be all o'er the prison. I am then kissing the man they look for. Farewell, father. Give many more such prisoners and such daughters, and shortly you may keep yourself. Now to him.
has lost Hippolyta. Queen Emilia, fresher than May. Oh, Emily, my sovereign, how far may I be proud? She takes strong note of me, hath made me near her, and this beauteous morn, the primest of all the year, presents me with a brace of horses. 2 such steeds might well be by a pair of kings, backed in a field that their crowns, titles tried. Poor Palamon, poor prisoner, thou so little dreamst upon my fortune that thou thinkst thyself the happier thing to be so near Emilia. On me thou deemst at Thebes, and therein wretched although free. But if thou knewst, my mistress breathed on me, that I eared her language, lived in her eye, O coz, what passion would enclose thee?
Traitor kinsman! Thou shouldst perceive my passion if these signs of imprisonment were off me, and this hand but owner of a sword. Thou most perfidious that e'er gently once, thou voidst of honor that e'er bore gentle token, falsest cousin that e'er blood made kin, call'st thou her thine? I'll prove it in my shackles, with these hands void of appointment, that thou liest, and art a very thief in love. A chafy lord, nor worth the name of villain. Had I a sword,
Dear cousin Palamon,
cousin Arcite, give me language such as thou hast shown me feet.
it is your passion that thus mistakes, the which to you, being enemy, cannot to me be kind, howsoever you stick them in me. And with them, fair coz, I'll maintain in my proceedings. Pray, be pleased to show in generous terms your grief, since that your questions with your equal, who professes to clear his own way with the mind and sword of a true gentleman. Cause, you've seen me use my sword against the advice of fear. Sure, of another you would not hear me doubted, but your silence should break out, though in the sanctuary.
Sir, I have seen you move in such a place which well might justify your manhood. You were called a good knight and a bold, but the whole week's not fair if any day it rain.
Kinsman, you might as well speak this and act it in your glass as to his ear which now disdains you.
Come up to me. Quit me of these cold jibes. Give me a sword, though it be rusty. Come before me then, a good sword in thy hand, and do but say that Emily is thine. I will forgive this trespass thou hast done me.
Be content. Again betake you to your hiding place. With counsel of the night, I will be here with wholesome viands. These impediments will I file off. You shall have garments and perfumes to kill the smell of the prison. Afterward, when you shall stretch yourself and say, but Arcite, I am in plight, there shall be at your choice both sword and armor.
Oh, ye heavens, there's any so noble bear a guilty business. None, but only Arcite, therefore none but Arcite in this kind is so bold. I do embrace you and your offer. For your offer, do it I only, sir. Your person, without hypocrisy, I may not wish more than my sword's edge on it.
You hear the trumpets? Come. Farewell. Give me your hand. Farewell. Be content. I'll bring you every needful thing. Take comfort and be strong.
Pray, hold your promise.
Talk, sir. They call the scatter to the banquet. You must guess I have an office there.
Sir, your attendance cannot please heaven. And I know your office unjustly is achieved.
'Tis a good title. I am persuaded this question, sick betweens by bleeding, must be cured. Therefore, I am a suitor to your sword. I bid you talk of
this no more, but this one word. You are going now to look upon my mistress, for note you, mine she is.
Nay then.
Nay, pray you! You talk of feeding me to breed me strength. You are going now to gaze upon a sun that strengthens what it looks on. There you have advantage o'er me. But enjoy it till I may enforce my remedy.